Alright, so today we're here for a week 5 of WPF and we're going up against JV coach of the Atlanta Victinians. But before I head into all the team builder and the battle, I just want to say I'm still a little bit sick. So if I sound weird or anything off, that might be why. Now today's matchup is very interesting as our opponent barely possesses a switch into our Iron Valiant. The only one capable of taking 2 hits is the Scream Tail, and we have plenty of Mars that can pressure it and get the small amount of damage that we do need. But likewise, we also possess absolutely zero answers to that Great Tusk defensively. So we just have to hope that we, with our slightly better offensive mons and our speed tiers, can outpower our opponent this week. So with that, let's head in to today's team. This week our Iron Valiant is going to be live off, as I want to be able to switch between moves while still dishing out as much damage as possible. We're running knockoff, Moonblast, Aura Sphere and Shadow Ball because knockoff is just a really good useful utility move, and dual stab hits everything we really need. And then we of course have Shadow Ball, so we can 2-hit KO with Screen Shield provided we have a little bit of damage or we get our hazards up. Next up we have Thunderous Theron. Now Thunderous this week is our main breaker. All it needs to do is come in and just hit things very hard and do damage. With the coverage of Terror Blast, Flying, Focus Blast and Thunderbolt, we hit everything at minimum neutrally and do very good damage all around. We can even OHKO certain threats such as Great Tusk, Samurott, Iron Leaves and Cloyster without a boost. Speaking of boost, our last move is going to be Nasty Plot, just for that extra damage in case we want it. It's really good for forcing damage on certain mons. Following our Thunders this week we have our Sword of Windgarn, and it's going to be Hisuian Zoroark. We're running a Trishka variant with the moves U-Turn, Psychic, High Voice and Shadow Ball. The goal is to put everything within range of Zoroark and most likely just spam High Voice to win, as his only resist is Magna Zone and we have plenty of mons to kill it with if we need to. Psychic is there if we need to potentially OHKO the Great Tusk or even the Salazzle, and Shadow Ball is there to hit stuff like Scream Shield and Iron Leaf super effective damage. After coming off the bench for the first time last week, we once again have Delphox. Now Delphox this week is going to be a choice spec set, as he has very few switch-ins to strong stab fire moves. His only resists are primarily offensive mons, though I could see the Samurott be AV for this exact reason. Other than being a special breaker this week, Delphox can also function as a fake Zoroark, because it gets 2 moves the Zoroark is also running, making it difficult for opponents to know which one it is. Once again we are bringing physically defensive Quillfish. Wow, what a shock, I know. It's here to help check the Samurott and partially help intimidate the Great Tusk and maybe even the Iron Leaves. We're running some cool tech though with Aqua Jet, Barbaros and then Pin Missile. Now Pin Missile will act as a strong way of hitting the Hisuian Samurott because it's super effective, but it also allows us to make sure the Iron Leaves cannot set up on us. And lastly we have Spikes as hazards because they can be really good to smash, because we can then force in the Great Tusk to spin on them and then get some good chip on it if it's not heavy duty boots. Last month this week is to no one's surprise our Ting Lu. Once again the Fat Moves is here to make sure we don't lose immediately, mainly here to help check most of the special attackers such as Zapdos, Salazzle, Magna Zone and most importantly the Regidrago. We've EV'd our Ting Lu to take a Choice Specs Dragon Energy from full or guaranteed live 2 Drago Meteors as well. You can also survive 2 Choice Scarf Dragon Energy should we need to. Overall, Regidrago can prove to be a big menace to a team, but we just have to make sure Ting Lu is healthy enough to take it on. So yeah, that's the team for this week. Hope you enjoyed the team builder, but before we head to the battle, make sure to leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below with thought of the team, and subscribe to the channel for future videos. And with that, I'll see you in the battle in just a little bit. Alright, what's good YouTube and welcome to WPF Week 5 battle. As you can see here, or you're about to see, this is going to be a post-com because I, for some reason, forgot to turn on my program for my microphone, so it didn't come through. So you could not hear me. So I'm going to post-com over it. I'm going to go watch through this and probably in a hide and speed, because as you may be able to hear, I'm sick right now. My throat is kind of sore, my nose is stuffy, my head is just full of, you know, all the nice stuff. So I'm kind of already tired, even though it's not even that late, but I just kind of want to get it over it. You know, it's not because I don't want to make the video, it's just I already talked for 25 minutes for the battle. Yeah, the battle took about 25 minutes. I don't want to do that again. So we start up here against JV. Also, I'm going to mute this because it's just easier. Like, I'm also going to increase the speed. So yeah, we start off against JV. I thought about leading Thundy because I thought it was just overall really good against the team, and I didn't need Thundy for like a win con this week. It was just a break. I just here to do a lot of damage. I will say I've regretted not having Volt Switch on it, or at least I thought I was going to regret not having Volt Switch on it, because with Terra Flying, that actually means this Great Tusk can't switch into us that easily, so we can just Volt Switch all around. But I probably would have replaced, what's it called, Nasty Plot with it, and honestly Nasty Plot ends up coming in clutch. So here I'm thinking about my opportunities. I can Nasty Plot on the Zapdos because Zapdos doesn't do that much to us, or I can just give like a raw Thunderbolt, see what he wants to do, because I don't really know. Like, this turn 1, I want to scout a little bit, see what he wants to do. I was expecting like a Spadef Ursaring to maybe be his Thundy answer, right? Because I thought he would keep his Scream Tail back for like Iron Man, but he actually ends up going into Scream Tail right here, and I get a Thunderbolt, and I actually immediately go, that's not fully Spadef, I think. Or at least we got like a really high roll, but I don't think that was max Spadef. which actually means that we just need a little bit more chip and Valiant can pretty much take this on. Like it can just take it out. Here I'm like, this thing doesn't do too much. He can't Thunder Wave. Like if he Encores, that's a little bit annoying. But if he's faster than us, that just means he Encores us into Thunderbolt. Is that really that bad? Because then on the next turn I can just switch predicting Great Tusk. So I actually end up nasty plotting because I'm, you know what? Let me break. And he is slow now, so we see he is kind of still bulky, kind of slow. And now we're +2, and Thunderbolt is the freest thing ever. Like if he goes Great Tusk, we can go Terror Flying and kill that thing. If it's not Choice Scarf, if it's Choice Scarf, we are within Stone Edge, or I think even Ice Spinner range at this point. But honestly, I think it's very risky for him to go that because he doesn't know what a Terror is. We could be Terror Ground, or we could be Steel for all I know. Like we could be a lot of things. We could Terror Fairy as well. So I just go with Thunderbolt, get mass damage off. He does a D-Gleam, which, you know, does a little bit. We're about half now, which is fine. But now I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take this thing out. I opt to Terror here if he wants to try and predict the Tusk Flame. Right, I was like, there's not really a reason for me to stay electric. Like the only reason would be to resist Zapdos Hurricanes, but Ting Lu takes on Zapdos 9 times out of 10, right? Like there's not a whole lot Zapdos can do. It can U-turn on us, which is like the most annoying part. Also, I just hit my mic, so I'm very sorry. So yeah, I just click Terror Blast, so it won't allow in the Great Tusk, but he's up to sack the Scream Tail, which immediately I was like, that opens up our Valiant a lot. I didn't expect this to go this well. Like I was really happy about this turn. Sorry, I'm just gonna get something to drink here. Yeah, really happy about this turn. And I think he's also like, he doesn't really know what to do. So he ends up going Salazzle here, which I looked, right? And I was like, I was very close to just sacking or at least scouting the item for his Salazzle. Like, because normally you have Boots, right? Boots is very common on Salazzle. But if he's sub-toxic, I didn't want to go Ting Lu because I don't want Ting Lu to get whittled down. And with no Hisuian Samart here, Quillfish is kind of expendable. So I just went Quillfish instead. And as you're about to see here, he hits us with a Sludge Bomb, and that does half. That means he's Choice Specs Salazzle. So we discover his Choice Specs, which I kind of get it, but at the same time, you don't need the specs to kill Valiants. I don't know if it's really worth it. We get a good Aqua Jet off here. He is now already in our Hisuian Zoroark range, so that is perfect. That means Zoroark is amazing this game, right? So I just here, I think I debate to go between Zoroark and Ting Lu. I can go Zoroark and it's disguised as Ting Lu, right? And he's gonna switch no matter what. But I opt to go actually Ting Lu because this is an opportunity to get rocks up. I don't think that, like, even if Tusk comes in on us, it's not the worst thing. At least I thought it was not gonna be the worst thing, right? But we get up our rocks, right? And he actually opts to go Zapdos first, which I did not expect at all. Like, I definitely didn't expect him to go Zapdos. I felt like that was very, like, why would you do that? I get you're expecting like the Earthquake, but I don't have to click Earthquake on this last. Like this last will fall to like Stone Edge. And I guess you didn't know we have Stone Edge yet, but still, I feel like Great Tusk was like the more safe play. So I click Ruination on the Zapdos, you know, I get half on anything. And he actually goes Tusk this time around, which, you know, is very expected. So I get the Ruination off on Tusk. Does miss, unfortunately, which is a little bit annoying. Now here, because I don't get the damage, I'm actually very like 50-50 on what to do, because if I got the damage, that means Zoroark can kill it from where, like from half with the Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice would just do. Hyper Voice is looking very free in this game at this point. I even opt to go, if I should go like Delphox, because Delphox will take like a close combat, and then it will pretty much get a kill. He doesn't have a Delphox switch really. But I really wanted to go, like I really wanted to go Zoroark on the Rapid Spin. But he actually gets his rocks up himself, which I didn't expect. I thought he would spin first. But you know, we get a Ruination off, do half, and we're kind of back to the same situation we had before, where I can go Zoroark. I can, like, I was in this game, I was like, I need to go Zoroark, I need to go Zoroark, I need to go like spin block, because the rocks are pretty good. It takes Salazzle further down. But the problem is, with Salazzle being here and being Choice Specs, that also means Zoroark is very important in order to take Salazzle on. Like, if Zoroark dies, Salazzle can kind of just flamethrower a lot. Like, Delphox can resist the hit, yeah, but it's like, between the two, it's like very difficult. So I actually opted to go Thundy on like a mid-ground play. I didn't feel like I need Thundy for the rest of the game. And if he's like a defensive slow Tusk here, I actually would still outspeed him. So that's why I'm staying in to try to kind of see what his move here is. But as you'll see here, he is actually faster than our Thundy, which means he does have some speed in this. Like, he has a decent amount then. Like 60 plus, I think it is, something like 60 plus Jolly. Which I definitely expected, because offensive Great Tusk in this game is really good. I don't have a switch to it whatsoever. So this was kind of a way of playing around, just being like kind of offensively. Now I am pretty much shouting I am Zoroark here, because Ting Lu doesn't take out the Tusk. The Tusk does a massive ton to Ting Lu. But it was like, I could have gone Delphox, I guess. but the problem is he's faster than Delphox at this point, potentially. Because if he's faster than Thunder, there's a good chance he's faster than Delphox. So I didn't want to risk that. Zoroark guaranteed outsped. I can get a hard voice off. We actually do decent damage to Ursaring as well, so I don't think this is a max speed F either. It might be, but even any chip we can get for the Zoroark endgame is just best first. Now, I actually don't switch into Ursaring that much because I want to preserve as much health and Tinglu as possible because we will need it to take on Salazzle and Regidrago. Zapdos to some extent, but Zapdos I think is a lesser threat to our team as a whole. So I was more like confident in going Delphox because we didn't really need Delphox that much. We had enough breaking power in Valiant, and Zoroark himself can also break a little bit before trying to sweep. And he actually tries to double, probably predicting our Tinglu, which this ends up being massive for us because now Delphox is in a prime position to just click moves. I could have Fire Blast here, I think. Fire Blast, I think it is like about within range of also the play. Okay, can we you're not lag, thank you. I do think the Tusky is like within Fire Blast range, and I probably should have gone for it, but you know what? A double Psychic is enough to take out a Zapdos. As you can see here, we do just above half, and he's not like leftovers or anything. So yeah, I just click Psychic again. Doesn't have a resist on the team with Screamtail no longer being there. I don't think he wanted to take the chip on Ursaring, and you know he could have gone Regidrago if he really wanted to, but you know it's fine as it is. We just get a massive hit off here. And as you're about to see here, we do take out the Zapdos. Like, it's not a question. Like, Psychic will take out Zapdos. Yes, he has 0 switch-ins, right? Like, because like 2 Psychics would also take out the Regidrago. If he goes into Ursaring, yeah, it takes the 2, but he's taking so much chip on Ursaring that he just has nothing left for Zoroark at the end. So yeah, we take out Zapdos pretty. This was a really good turn for me because it showcased that that my offense he really just didn't have much for. Like it was kind of a game where neither of us can, like, I can't stop the Great Tusk and he can't stop like my Valiant, my Delphox, or Zoroark. Like, well, Zoroark can kind of do with Ursaring, but the other mons he has really had a tough time stopping. Now this thing I'm very scared of because with the way he brought it in, I'm like, oh, he might be like Tear Steel or like Tear Fire or something like that. So I opted to go for Tinglu because I wanted to like scout a little bit what he was, and he just clicked Dragon Energy. Which is like insane because at max health that's like a water spout, and Tinglu ate that shit up. Now in the game I forgot to look at my health at the start of the turn, so I wasn't actually sure if I could take another, but it felt like I could. But at the same time, with the way he brought it in and clicked Dragon Energy on our Delphox, that tells me he has to be Choice Scarf. Because if I Psychic, I do like 70% of Regidrago, and then Dragon Energy does nothing. So he has to be Choice Scarf. So I actually go hard Valiant here, predicting like the another Dragon Energy. And we do get this play correct. So he clicks Dragon Energy, and I can tell you now, I do find out like for certain later on, but I can tell now he was Choice Scarf because he does end up outspeeding one of our mons he normally shouldn't be able to. And this put me in a really good position because knockoff is the free shit ever. I can knock off the Choice Scarf on this thing, which was pretty good. I can knock off, well, Tinglu, as you can see here. So he basically sacks Tinglu, right? Like that's what he ends up doing. He ends up sacking Tinglu. We get a knockoff on the Tinglu. And then we can just go for free Moonblast. Also, the reason I click knockoff is because if I click Moonblast and he goes Salazzle, I don't actually kill, right? And then I have to switch when knockoff would I think, I'm pretty confident would kill Salazzle from where it was at. Because it has like 50, right? So I was like, okay, Salazzle, it's an issue. I looked at Tinglu's health, I looked at Salazzle, and I was like, if we click Sludge Bomb, we take 2. But if he clicks Flamethrower, we do not. And I think Flamethrower had a chance to kill Valiant from this range. So there was a small chance he could click it, but at the same time, he could also think I want to sack Delphox. Like Delphox, I don't need Delphox in this game anymore. Like it kind of did what it did. Like it took out a mon and doesn't need to do anything. But I actually do end up going to Tinglu, as you probably saw. And he does end up clicking Sludge Bomb, which is huge for us. Which we take 2 easily, and that means I can click a very free Earthquake. He can opt to go Ursaring, but then he's pretty much sacking the Ursaring because then it won't check anything else. Like Zoroark takes it out after that. So we get a massive Earthquake off here. We do a lot of damage. We get it under half. And here I'm debating if I want to go hard Valiant. Because I don't think he's... I don't think he can kill us. I think... Oh, no. Play Rough had a chance to kill us. But if you clicked anything on Play Rough, Valiant had a chance to kill it. I also debate getting my rocks up. But I actually end up going Delphox because Delphox is the best middle ground play. I didn't need it offensively that much. And if he does click Play Rough, we resist it. If he clicks Close Combat, we resist it. But as you saw, he clicked Body Slam and we die. That's fine. I get in Valiant again and I can click a free Aura Sphere. Because Aura Sphere will take out Salazzle because it's only 2 times resistant instead of 4 times resistant, right? So we click Aura Sphere, we take out the Ursaring. And like, we're in a pretty decent position. The only issue is with Salazzle being specs, that means we don't have good switch into it, and with Draco being Scarf, that means we need chip on Draco in order for Zoroark to do anything pretty much. So here, he goes with Draco, which he showcased, okay, this was 110% Choice Scarf. And I'm like, okay, I still don't know what his Terror typing is. I don't think he would Terror into like a Fairy. I feel like that's kind of... He could. Actually, maybe I should have thought about Fairy. For Fairy would also take on Ting Lu. So actually, I should probably have thought about that. But I ended up clicking Aura Sphere, and he actually ended up showing that he is Terror Ground, which I did not expect. I didn't think Terror Ground was going to be a thing in this game. I didn't think it was that good against my team, but you know, it's Stab Earth Power, so I can't blame him. He takes out our Valiant because I felt like Valiant was the least useful. Now, I look at my team, not my team, I look at my 2 mons, and I'm like, okay, Ting Lu actually still takes an Earth Power. And I just need damage on it, because Salazzle is within Zoroark range, so Salazzle is not really a player for me. Like, I just have to make sure that I can, take out the Regidrago. So he goes for the Earth Power. We live, which I did calc that we were going to live. We get an Earthquake off, and we do a lot of damage. He, unfortunately, at this point, is, like, right outside of Zoroark range. Now, I don't know if you knew this, but he was right outside of Zoroark range. Like, right outside. Zoroark does like about 56, 57-ish on a max roll, and he's about 60 there. So we couldn't actually kill him here. We'd have to hit it twice. So, you know, I quickly like, I calc, okay, can Zoroark live a hit? And we do have after the rocks, we have a 50-50 to lift this Earth Power. 50-50 to lift the Earth Power, right? So I'm like, oh shit, this is going to come down to it. Because if I'm faster than him, I'm Choice Scarf as well. So if I Hyper Voice, I guarantee 2-hit KO him. If I lift the Earthquake, not Earthquake, Earth Power, I win. But he opts to switch to the Salazzle. I'm like, oh, that is smart. He can now lock Dragon Pulse. Dragon Pulse will guarantee take me out. Actually, wait, no, it wouldn't. It does the same with Earth Power. Dragon Meteor was my thought process, right? But yeah, we get a Hyper Voice, we fast on him, we get a Hyper Voice up, and he clicks Dragon Energy. And I asked him after if that was like a misclick, and he said he just, like, his brain kind of just went like, you know, no, like he lost connection kind of vibe, you know, like he just kind of forgot that that's how Dragon Energy works. So it wasn't like a misclick, it wasn't really a misplay, it was more just so, you know, so secure in your play that you didn't think about what you're clicking kind of vibe. So yeah, we get a win 1-0 over JV. That was like pretty much 0 hacks at all. Like I actually think that was like absolutely 0. So you get a clean win. It's only a 1-0. It is what it is. Zoroark finally got to do some stuff. I'm very happy about that. I think Delphax and Thundy did very well. I actually think Quillfish also came kind of clutch because the Aqua Jet and Salazzle kind of like ended up mattering a little bit. Now that I know he was choice specs, I kind of wish I hacked on Ting Lu in that situation. Right, because if you got Ting Lu in that Sludge Bomb, we easily take it. As long as he doesn't poison us, which I guess he poisoned Quillfish, so he would have poisoned Ting Lu. It's just a netting out for us, because then we have Quillfish to intimidate down the Great Tusk. We have Aqua Jet for some priority and stuff whatnot. But my biggest like regret in this game, even though we did win, was not going Zoroark on the Rapid Spin. I should have just done it. I talked about it with my front office, that if he comes in with the Great Tusk and we have Hazards up, I should just go Zoroark, because if he clicks Close Combat, we're immune. If he clicks Rapid Spin, you know, it's fine. Clicks Ice Spin and we live. The only thing that can kill us is a Headlong Rush, and even then, that's a 50-50. Like it's not a guaranteed kill. So GG to JV. This was a really fun game. I really liked this game a lot. There was a lot of back and forth. Unfortunately, didn't record my voice, so it is what it is. But yeah, as always, if you like the video, make sure to leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below with a deep battle, and subscribe to the channel for future videos. I will now head out. Peace, YouTube.